Hi Aquarius, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your July reading. Now, this is a collective reading. Now, as it is a collective reading, not everything will resonate. Please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find a message in this VSAP, then please check out your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. Spirit is chucking cards out at me before I even ask them to, so clearly it's on a roll. Take them all. Okay, so the overall energy we've got for you is the Ten of Spring. So ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. It does feel like you are particularly carrying around a burden throughout the month of July. Maybe you're taking on too much work. You need to potentially share the load here. So it could be a particularly heavy month. It does look as though at the end of the month you have got a bit of success, so maybe you are going to be releasing that burden. But let's have a look. So at the start of the month, then we've got Princess of Autumn. Happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get along. So Princess of Autumn is very much telling me that you may be starting something new at work. Maybe you are going in, maybe you're learning something new, like an apprenticeship potentially, or some sort of training course. It could be that you are taking something brand new on. And that could be where this burden is. Maybe it's because it's that new that nobody knows what they're doing, and you're having to find your way through it. Let's get some clarity on this Princess of Spring. Whatever it is, it looks as though it might be coming with a bit of a pay rise. I have. Oh, interesting. So I've got a Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So if you were feeling like you're going to be, like you were on your own, you've got people around you that can help and support. So if this is something new, if you're going into a new course potentially, or you're learning something new, there are people around you that can help you with this. It's suggesting to me that it is going to be financially abundant for you too. So you are going to see your finances starting to improve from whatever it is that this Princess of Autumn is representing. It does suggest you might be on your own for a chunk of time. There could be a bit of solo work that you need to do on this as well. And I've got a Six of Cups in the reverse. It's going to be emotionally fulfilling. Now, you might find that this brings up somebody from the past that you might not have worked with for a while. There could be some sparks that fly, it could be somebody that's going to be here to support you. It does suggest that someone from the past is going to be around to potentially help you out throughout this. You could be learning from them, you could be having the support from them, you could just be bumping into them on your course potentially. But it does suggest that there's definitely going to be some sort of soulmate connection. I want to say past life connection as well. It might not even be anybody you know, but you just feel like you know them. Um, yeah, it does suggest that they're going to be around at the start of whatever this new is. Now, it could even be that this Princess of Autumn is somebody coming into you with some sort of tangible offer of something new. And it could be somebody from the past that is coming forward, somebody that you may have felt like abandoned you in the past, and now they're coming back after you've done some healing, and they're coming to offer you some sort of new start, maybe a new job if you've worked with them in the past. Maybe it's an old boss that you might have been made redundant potentially. And now they've got a new job that's coming up and they think that you'd be perfect for it. But it does very much feel like somebody is coming towards you with an offer, and or it could just be very much support. Like I say, it could be there's going to be a romantic offer and you're going to be relying on them for not necessarily work support, but emotional support. Because let's face it, sometimes when you start something new, it can be emotionally draining and you might just need a little bit of emotional support. Now, your challenge, I've got a Two of Autumn, so bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. So you are going to be taking on a lot, and the problem is that you're going to be facing is taking on too much. You might find that you take on too much work. You might not be getting the work home life balance quite right. It does suggest that you need to be careful because sometimes you can overbalance and topple. It could also suggest that you could multitask yourself into burnout. So, yeah, big challenge there of taking on too many things at once. Let's get some clarity on this Two of Autumn. The challenge could just be that you need to balance a lot of things and it's keeping them balanced as well. And let's face it, that's a big task for a lot of people most of the time, keeping things balanced. Sometimes there's too much work, not enough done at home. Sometimes it's too much home, not enough money to do things. Right, so I've got a magician here in the upright. I've got an empress in the reverse, and I've got a hermit in the upright. The magician is telling me that you can do anything. You've got a lot of skills, and you've got a lot of confidence to do whatever it is that you need to do. So it does suggest that your magician on part of you is saying, yes, I can do anything. I can take on anything. I will do whatever you need me to. I'm going to juggle if I want to juggle. I feel like that is very much where this magician is coming in, saying, yeah, I'm going to do it. 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 And keep saying that. Might not finish the last thing you said he was going to do. I've got a hermit here, which is telling me that you might feel like you need to take a bit of time out. Um, you are going to be learning from this massively about certain things. This is going to be a big lesson for you. It's something that's going to be a soul deep lesson, and you're going to be getting a lot of clarity as well on certain things. Now, one thing I will suggest is if you have a look at both of these cards, they are both holding up the same arm. Now, to me, that would be my right arm. Maybe you do a lot of juggling with things. Maybe you're right-handed and that's your dominant arm, and you're always doing a lot of stuff with your right arm, potentially. Would suggest that you might end up having a bit of a creaky shoulder. I don't know why I'm thinking of that for some of you, but sometimes you sleep on an arm funny. It feels to me like you could be heavy lifting with one arm quite a lot, and it could be giving you a bit of shoulder ache in that right shoulder. I do have an Empress here in the reverse, suggesting that you could be emotionally worn out from this, and that could be very much why you need somebody for emotional support. I feel like this is telling me you need to be very careful from burnout. You could very easily burn yourself out from taking too much on. You need to make sure that you are having time to rest and that you are making sure that you disconnect from things. The hermit disconnects. So you need to make sure that you are having that downtime from work and you are disconnecting from it. The same with if you've got partner, whatever, you need to make sure that you're disconnecting from them when you're doing your work and you're focusing on work. Because sometimes if things are going on at home, you don't want to impact on your work as much. I know that's easier said than done, let's face it. But there is an element of disconnection here. So when you finish work for the day, make sure you disconnect and shut off work, you know, and make sure that you're focused on home. Don't think about work. Try and ignore it because otherwise you're going to burn yourself out. That's massively telling me that you are going to seriously face burnout if you're not careful. As we get through this beautiful challenge, we have a Six of Spring. So wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. So you're going to have a lot of success. People are going to see your worth. They are going to be recognizing your ability. You could be very popular from this as an outcome. Job well done. You could become in demand from whatever it is. But yeah, it's very much a card of success, celebration, victory. Let's get some clarity on this Six of Spring. So I've got a Four of Pentacles, so it does suggest to me that it is going to afford you some stability. You could find that you are holding on to a bit of that success and that popularity from it as well, and taking that forward with you. I've got a Page of Pentacles, so again, another opportunity is going to be opening up from this. This is why I feel like you're going to be very much in demand. People are going to be wanting to see your skills, um, possibly offering you more work. I do have a Ten of Cups in the reverse. So there could be a little bit of a disagreement if you continue on the way that you are going. Yes, you might have that public recognition and people are going to see your worth. But if you keep on taking more and more work on and you are hoarding those pentacles and you're hoarding that work, you're going to be putting your family necessarily at the back burner, and it could cause a few arguments, especially if you've been putting somebody, how do I put it? If you've not been spending enough time on your family, if you've been not necessarily neglecting them, but if you haven't realized that you've neglecting them, you know, children especially, other family members, parents, siblings, if you've not been spending time with them, you could be causing some sort of disharmony here purely because you're deciding that work is where your main focus is going to be. So do bear that in mind. Now, it could also just be that you've got somebody at home that could be a little bit jealous of your success. Um, Maybe a sibling. They always sit there and do the sibling rivalry thing. Maybe if you have that little bit of success, they might feel that tiny bit jealous on it. I do feel like it's more about you taking on more work to spend more time away from family, though, to be honest. Maybe you're looking at business trips or whatever, and a spouse or partner doesn't necessarily agree, and it could just cause a little bit of contention there. But either way, you are going to be having a lot of success. So I suppose, and it's one of those, this doesn't mean that you're going to fall out, it just means a small, it can mean a small argument. It can mean an ending, but I would have thought there would have been a lovers in the reverse or a Two of Cups in the reverse for an ending of a partnership. This is more just a currently an unharmonious family, a bit of a disagreement, a bit of a falling out, because after that 10, there comes a 1 again, the making up stage, going into something new potentially. I mean, it can indicate falling out of family. It could even mean that you're moving away from family. I feel like it's just a small disagreement. I'm not going to lie. Right, so Whispers of the Ocean Oracle for you. I've got replacing what was lost, resilience, and total submersion. Some of those don't surprise me. Right, so replacing what was lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew, create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. We know that. We can see that all over the place. Over here, at the end of the month, there is a lot of abundance. Resilience. There's no need to rush or push. This is time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. Now, this to me feels very much like this Two of Autumn. Stop rushing into things, take it as they come, make sure that you're balancing stuff out. And then we've got total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself into a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what life has been lacking. So, yes, this could suggest that you take all that time to move into a project, and it could give you the success that you really want. But at the same time, be careful because you know, it could cause family disagreements. And I suppose it's up to you on whether or not that is worth it. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Aquarius. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. If you have subscribed already, thank you very much for subscribing. It is much appreciated. It does help pass the message on and it helps the channel grow. Thank you very much for joining me today, Aquarius, and good luck.